Hello and welcome back.
We're back!
Jesus!
Goodness, I
didn't know they were muted,
So loud.
but it's okay.
I love you guys. Welcome back to Strange Hungers. Last time we left off, the party traveled from the den of the Grey Warden they had defeated to the copse of the Blood Witch, an open area in the woods that, upon their new discovery, had changed appearance, led by Madeira, the hag. They made their way to her lair, house, cozy little cottage with her permission, and explored the inside. Tazriel scouted individually alongside and came upon a different version, a old ruined temple relic of some kind in the same location, and was unable to enter until permission was granted by Madeira. He made his way inside to witness the bargain between Oesh and Madeira. One traded information about curses, learned about how they can be passed down, potentially removed, in exchange for 50 years of their life. But upon the conclusion of the bargain, Oesh realized almost instantaneously that instead of losing lifespan or health or longevity, rather the first 50 years of their life were gone from their memory.
I'm having a good time. I also, we did off camera talk about the fact that it's not just like the questions that were answered in the dream space, but rather like Oesh did get beamed just expertise on curses now, correct?
Yes, This is sort of an ongoing benefit of when learning information about curses or seeking or researching them, knowledge will just sort of come to them about them. So it's an ongoing...
Hashtag worth it.
Hashtag worth it.
You are not only an expert generally, but one of the foremost experts. We open here in this, I would say, cozy, despite everything, still cozy interior.
Despite everything, it's
Hanging
still cozy.
dried plants, a cage full of scorpions.
The fucking scorpion! The scorpion!
I'm so fucking scared of those scorpions.
Hand-bound books, the scent of tea filling the air, these candles, the soft rug that some of you are sitting on, the rest of you, perhaps your attention now drawn to not the interior, but rather Oesh, who has taken off into a corner.
Matthias walks. Can I initiate?
Go for it. Play some D&D.
May I initiate? Thank you. I'd like to make a move.
A move?
Matthias, as I described last time, steps forward with his hand on his sword and looks to Oesh and just like says their name as he watches them run to the fucking corner and cry. And then turns to the witch, the hag, with a look of just fucking fury on his face, cold, sharp anger, and just says, "What did you do?"
I gave them what they wanted.
Oesh?
Oesh just has their like hand over their mouth and has now fallen to their knees in the corner.
You hear the sound of steel on steel behind you as Matthias draws his sword.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pardon is... Yeah, we're all...
Kiara's moving up and will say, whatever you took, give it back.
Take caution. Remember, you are here on my hospitality and the promise of peace.
That's what Barton's doing. Just a hand on Matthias's hand. You're here
Now-
on our terms. You need to remember this.
It seems like peace has already been looks towards Awaish. Broken.
My friend is crying. That doesn't seem very hospitable of you.
We don't know what happened.
Give them a moment.
I will now. I don't know how hag powers work, but I will say in the contract that Awaish made with their words was not a "we will be peaceful," but rather hospitality does not count if there is not peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was no intense binding element to that, but rather
Sure.
that she's recalling those words.
Yeah,
in
that
this
makes sense.
moment.
Oh God.
I didn't mean to make her cry.
I've still got both hands on my sword, but I'm going to just sit still for a second.
Kiara's hands are literally starting to glow with like embers of fire.
Pardon, other arm just going like that in front of Kiara. Just no. Okay. Everybody calm. We don't know what's happened. We don't know what's happened to Awaish. Let's ask. Okay. Calm.
She's still in that young visage, the like soft cheeks, pale skin, braided hair, looking at you with soft eyes, but you can see the hair down her back is kind of bristling up a little bit, reminiscent of that large fur that the elder version of Madeira wears. She's still seated with a cup of tea, as she was previously, but starts to kind of stand up to those haunches, right? Let's be clear. I invited you in because this mage wanted a favor from me and seemed to know the cost that those kind of favors can be associated with. It seems rather impolite for the rest of you to condemn that decision without understanding it fully.
Pardon just pats Kiara, just like, why don't you go see if they're okay? Matty, Matthias, maybe just go see. I've got this.
Just says, all I understand right now is that my friend is in pain.
Have you never seen a friend in pain before?
I have, and it hasn't turned out so well for those who hurt them.
How noble.
I still have my fucking sword out, but I'll step back and step tentatively toward Awaish. To be totally clear, Matthias is like, I don't want to crowd them because he knows, like, just based off past interactions, that might not be the right decision. Like, he wants to give her space, but he's also, like, so concerned. So, I don't even know. If Awaish was aware enough to feel something, you would probably feel his presence, like, coming up behind you. But he keeps, like, a couple feet of distance. At the very least, you can hear him clanking.
Yeah. I think as you, like you said, we've been in situations before where Awaish has been like tense, felt cornered, and there's been that kind of immediate tensing and pretense when they recognize that someone is encroaching in on their space, and they are like immediately at attention. As you approach, they are on their knees. They are still crying a bit, but as you approach, you can hear them kind of like muttering to themselves, and that tension that usually happens when someone approaches, they are like off. They do not.
So Awaish does not register someone encroaching their space. Is that what you're
Awaish may register it. They are not reacting to it.
Okay,
I think
okay.
is the Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's going to kneel down, but like over their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And can I hear what they're muttering?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm about to be very upset on camera. Welcome. You lean in, and they are muttering under their breath this like very fast kind of panicked these words to themselves that almost sound like the way that someone would be talking to themselves to try to get them to calm themselves down, but instead of something that is to calm themselves down, they're saying like, it's happening again. I can't go back again. I don't know what's going. I can't lose it again. I can't.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. He places a sword on the ground next to him and just like reaches forward and is going to carefully touch them on the back.
Yeah. They start a little bit, but don't react otherwise. And just after a moment, they kind of like reach back and like grab your arm as if they are anchoring themselves to not do something. And just I don't remember. I don't remember any.
Matthias leans forward and is going to wrap his arms fully around Awaish. What happened? What's happening?
I lost it all. I don't remember.
Lost what?
I don't remember my life.
None of it.
I don't know. I don't.
Do you want it back?
I don't know.
Can we get it back?
They do not seem like in the place to be able to understand if there was any way to get it back.
It's okay. I'm sorry. He just like holds her there and he looks over his shoulder at everyone else and is like eye contact with everyone. So distraught. He looks afraid. And also fucking angry. But since he reached out and Awaish was cool with it, he like fully just envelops them in his arms. And I don't know, Awaish is pretty tall, but Matthias is very broad, and I think that he just like fully like with the cloak kind of like wraps around them and pulls them in to his chest.
Yeah.
And is just like, I'm sorry.
They're
Okay.
just shaking in your arms. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kiara, are you also approaching here?
Seeing the distress on Matthias's face, Kiara will go close, like probably, I would say 2/3 of the way to where Awaish and Matthias are. And Kiara will look to Matthias and say, "What are we doing?"
I don't know. I think we just... Barton was right. We need a little time.
Alex, last time Kiara had done a history check on hags, and I think had rolled really high, right?
Yes.
Like a natural 20 or something. What does Kiara know about breaking hag deals, if anything?
Most of Kiara's experience with hags, witches comes from an empire-centric view in terms of their danger, their draw as well. I'll also say that there haven't been, in her lifetime specifically, the deaths of any hags. Like, you haven't seen someone burned or taken down. You know that previously there have been historical events, maybe in the last 50 or 70 years, of witch hunts, or not just witch hunts, but there are particularly swampy regions in the Empire that are known for being clusters of old magic that have been targeted by some of the Fire Knights due to mass disappearances or a prevalence of terrible curses happening in that area, causing knights to come in and attempt to help the towns that were being plagued by them. So certainly some of your more powerful relatives might have the potential to counter some of these curses. We're talking people who have been studying magic for not just 20 years, but maybe even decades, and are also some of the most powerfully connected to your god. Like Fire, Bane. Bane himself would be a god that might be associated with a kind of healing or powerful restoration that could potentially remove a curse like that. So certainly it is usually removing the cause of some kind of terrible effect helps to break it. Like not always killing a Medusa or something that petrifies you can be an ingredient in paralysis, right? So it's helpful, but it doesn't always completely fix things.
Okay, so there's nothing specifically in the stories I've heard that says like killing the hag can undo effects or something like that.
Probably more like burning her doesn't hurt, or
Yeah.
burn the witch, like cure the evil, that kind of mantra.
Okay. All right. Well then, in that case, Kiara is gonna look to Ovesh and say, "They're the one most likely to figure a way out of this." And that's said to the group, mentally, telepathically.
Okay. Now, Barden and Tazriel, you two are still by the circle here? Or, Novel, were you wandering the room?
I think I came forward when Matty and Kiara stood up, so I'm still there. I can shimmy.
Right. And Vice is standing up. She, again, hasn't really said anything since entering here. She's being very cautious, but with balled fists of rage, has also been, like, looking towards Awash. No longer in a, I would say, an angry way, but more of a concerned way. Tight-lipped, watching for what Matthias is doing, but now kind of turns her attention as well to Arden and Tazriel with a... I don't know. Vice is pretty closed off right now.
I think having watched all this unfold, Taz has been very silent, besides the we don't know what happened when things looked like they were about to pop off. It's like watching all of his companions and also keeping steady eyes on the hag when he's like coming back to it. I think he kind of steps forward and it's just like, can you bring back the dead?
Azrael?
Are you saying that to him out loud or in your head?
Matthias, like, I think says it just, like, knee-jerk reaction says it, but you can ignore me. Please ignore me.
She pauses for a heavy moment before responding to you, and you see her lick her lips almost subconsciously. That is a dangerous art. And not something I enjoy. My experience lies much more in living, pulsing things.
Just not looking at the hag now, looking at Taz has just stormed over. Her hands are on his face.
I think
Just
as you reach to grab it, he steps away from it, and it just, but keeping eyes on the hag.
Taz, whatever she wants from you, it's not. Would she think it'd be worth it? Your pain, whatever she wants, is that what she would want for you? For Vel? Would Vel want this? Trying to be quiet.
I think when you say Vel's name, he just kind of looks at you, and there is this look of just rage and pain. I think I like it in this undescribable just hopelessness in the eyes there. Doesn't say anything to you, just looking at you before turning back to the hag.
I've lost people too.
Were you the reason they died?
Yes and no. It eats at you, the ones you can't protect. If you seek resurrection, I am not the most likely person to help you, but I have favors I can pull in, friends, allies. I could give you direction.
What would it cost?
Her face changes again into that old countenance. You want information, the direction and name of someone who could truly resurrect a dead loved one.
In your head, you do hear Tazriel, don't.
I think as soon as you say something, wait, actually, please go.
Yeah, well, because Kiara, when this is happening, will say, Daz, she is not a god. Stop treating her like she is.
I think as soon as y'all say that, the connection dies. He is just cut.
Gone.
There, you can't hear anybody at this point.
Motherfucker.
I make no promises that the directions I give you will lead to this happening. I can't sway fate or friends like that. But I can show you the path. I want a taste of that love.
What does that
What?
mean?
Tazriel, stop. Matthias is saying it out loud now.
Barden is right there, and she's got her hands on. She puts her hands on Taz's chest. She's grabbing the edges of his vest, trying to get his attention.
I just want to know what it's like I don't want your love for me. I just want that feeling again.
Second.
And I also want to say above table here,
Dice.
this is not, she's not asking for some kind of emotional or physical intimacy from, this is more, maybe
Like-
pulling something
Yeah.
of the experience away similarly, or something from Tazriel that might give her this, but it's not, she's not asking for anything sexual, romantic, or to entangle with him, actually. Just something from his experience past, physicality, like, that would then make her feel nice. Like, it could be charisma, it could be, you know, something like that. Yes, Sloan.
Matthias is gonna say something unless Taz is about to make a move. Can y'all hear me?
I also.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Taz, can I say, VJ, do you
You
mind?
go first.
Go ahead.
No.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Matthias says to, still holding on to Awaish and like pulling them tight to his chest, just like over his shoulder, just says, they just lost their memories, Tazriel. Imagine what she could take from you. Don't do this. It's not worth it.
I think I look like Varden, you're right there in Taz's face as Matthias is saying that, and you can just see, like, clear as day on his face, very much like this look that I think conveys her life. Their life is worth his memories. And as soon as that crosses his face, he's just take it.
Tazriel, no!
Well, as soon as Taz says take it, Kiara is going to... Fuck, okay, well, Kiara's
no.
busting out into flame glow.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh my god, wait, have you done this before?
I think so.
Okay, I didn't recognize the word for a second.
I have renamed my stuff
Okay.
to be Kiara themed. This is not flame glow. I just realized that's light, but it's ASMR themed. We're doing something actually with damage, and what we're gonna do is
Fucking fight a hag.
firebolt the space between Taz and the hag.
Okay, so firebolt the floor
Yes.
between them.
Yeah. So I had mentioned Kiara's hands had been sparking. And as soon as Taz says, like, take it, or Kiara gets the sense that Taz is about to do something, Kiara is going to essentially try to explode the floor in between them.
So this is a cantrip, a firebolt. Could you roll
It is a cantrip. Yep.
damage for me?
Okay. What is it? It is 2d10.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
15.
15. The rug that they are standing on flash burns. Like, the edges in the center, the center crisps, and then the edges spread out, and it burns away, revealing the circle once again, which is glowing with a dark red color now. Like, this burned sigil into the floor is pulsing and vibrating between the two of you. And Madeira steps back. But then that bubble erupts again. That sense of an earthquake that's not really moving. Everything's still and silent. You can't hear your heart beating in your chest. You can't hear your breathing. There's no sound. And as Madeira turns to Tazriel and speak, nothing comes from her lips. It's like you're moving through jelly. She lives here in the frozen lands. An old cleric of an old order. We've long been friends. When I knew her, she lived among the mountains. But she travels every 10 years to the deep, warm underbelly to pay homage to her god. They call her Solemn One, Veiled Mistress, the Morning Lady. One of the first and most dedicated to the cold at your door. And a sense of knowledge comes into you, Tazriel. You are permanently aware of how far away you are from this cleric. An image comes into your mind of a giantess. Dark gray skin, 3 eyes, with frost crackling down long. And you can see her now. She is walking through the dark, late at night, traveling down a mountainside towards, in the distance, a light that is glowing through cracks in the ice, like warm firelight, in a radiating, almost spiral circle. And there is a massive, massive hole, an opening in the ice she travels towards. A long, dark sword drags behind the woman as she travels, and like a veil, snowflakes cover most of her face. He is ugly, melted, and misshapen, and hunched, and strong. And you know without a doubt, this is one of the most powerful clerics in the world. If you find her, she can give you what you want. Tell her that I sent you and what you've paid for it. And then, Tazriel, your lips grow cold, your limbs heavy and dull. And you see her, Madeira, reach to her lips with a blush swelling in her cheeks. She breathes out a sigh of pure pleasure. No longer will kisses and gentle touches bring you pleasure. No longer will you feel the joy of sharing a bed. The action is there, the intent is there, but all your love, your emotions, the way your body responds will be cold. you can still feel romantic love. And you feel it still for Vel. You have the memories of the time you spent with them. But you will take no refuge in physical pleasure anymore. That bubble dissipates, time moves, the sounds return. You see the last movement of Madeira's lips as she finishes speaking words you can't hear. But you all see that sigh of pleasure and life that comes over the blush on her face. And she's panting.
I don't think Taz reacts. I think there's like a steel determination in his face, but I think that is like. Actually, I'm gonna.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
in this moment, like you felt that sense of coldness, right? But there's nothing that's physically changed about you in this. You're not experiencing physical intimacy, so it's hard.
It's not like the sudden realization kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then like there's like a. Then I think he doesn't even realize what's been taken here. Like I rolled, I was like, does he even think of, like he's just so focused on being able to do this, and he just kind of nods and steps back.
I think before Taz can step back, Barden's still got her hands on his vest, and she kind of feels that the moment has passed and puts her hand to his cheek, being like, what did she take?
Do I? Okay, so the hand on the cheek.
Yes.
That's fucking
Because I know
good,
that
Sam.
Barden would do it anyway, but I was just like, ooh, let's feel that straight up. Let's feel that pain straight right now.
It feels like a stone statue has just been moved against your cheek. You don't feel a sense of warmth, a sense of comfort. The physical touch of Barden's hand is rock.
I think as he like he kind of like looks at you, Barden, and then looks back at Madeira. I think there's just kind of this heavy breathing happening at this realization, but he doesn't say anything. And I think like he will then, if you're still grabbing onto him, he will try to break out of it. And then he'll just take a bunch of steps back to, like at first he was on the other side of this carpet and then he stepped up. He's like goes all the way back to the other side. And I think in that moment you all feel the connection back in your head. Yeah, and it'll last for 6 hours at this point.
Now, Kiara, you had taken this firebolt, this action. I'm kind of considering I haven't rolled us for initiative yet, but you've cast a hostile spell in this space. So I want to know, as someone who's ready, first and foremost, like if everyone else was kind of surprised for what's happening, you're ready. How do you react in the moment?
Kiara, just from spatially, like, was Kiara too far? So all Kiara saw was Barden touching Taz and the hack going, Like, I don't know if Kiara has enough brain cells to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, comes from like the place about physical pleasure. I don't know. I think you might have more of a chance.
Because we didn't hear the conversation between them. So.
And she was already responding like she was happy or satisfied or enjoying herself. Yeah. So I'm not going to say you make that connection immediately.
Yeah, I don't think Kiara has yet realized that the deal is done.
Mm.
Kiara was hoping that the firebolt was able to stop it.
Yeah.
So right now she's still holding on before doing anything. Kind of to see how things play out, because it has to become very obvious that something's wrong before Kiara's gonna react.
Novel.
So the rug has been burned away.
Yes.
Can I see what's on the floor?
Now you're standing right next to it. Give me a quick
Because
perception
your boy
or
reads
arcana check.
Cicerone. I'm just
That's
saying.
true. You can read it. You do know.
Yeah,
So
because
that's-
not only the wizard, I also have Cicerone. I just can't speak it.
give me arcana, or I think arcana here definitely. If you're reading a magic circle, that's
Okay, that's a proficiency. Love that for me.
Barden looking at the magic circle.
Oh,
I know some of these words.
You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration on that because that was
Yeah.
okay. But I will use my inspiration. Please be better. Oh, that was only 2 points bad, but you know what? It's a 17.
17's great. 17's fantastic. So the formation of Susaroon in a magic circle isn't always exact words. Again, Susaroon itself doesn't translate directly to something like, sky speak
Vibes.
or common, right? It's meaning and intent.
Hmm.
This is a sigil of transcription, a sigil of passageway, I would say. It's something that facilitates passing things. So the words are not only related to like one person being able to pass something between themselves, but this sigil says like anyone who is in the circle can transfer things, casting spells on each other. That's the general you get
Within the circle.
within the circle.
Was Taz sat in the circle?
Taz was in the circle when this just
Okay, just checking.
happened. And Oish was also sat on the circle when this happened. But also, some others of you have been on the circle when some of these deals were made. You weren't affected at all by them, but you were just... Vice is also currently...
Arden steps away and also pats Vice's shoulder to be like, off the circle. Just step back. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to see that.
Before we continue, I just want to do a quick 5-minute bio break.
Oof.
Real fast.
Touchy
Also, because
matchy.
emotions are intense. I know we
That's
just
so
started.
good and fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But quick bio break so we can catch our breath, and then we'll see you guys back in 5 minutes.
Mm.
Woo!
I'm gonna
What
go
the
murder
fuck,
BJ.
dog?
Hello, and welcome back once again to Strange Hungers. We are here in the midst of the Hag Den. Both Oesh and Tazriel have completed their bargains. The effect of Tazriel's deal is less physically obvious. These small moments, Barden whispering, but I think with the obvious hostility and frustration that the rest of the group is displaying, at this point, Madeira herself stands up, puts down her cup of tea, and steps back from the circle a little bit. Kind of turns those soft eyes to glance around at everyone. It is getting late, and I don't wish to keep playing on frayed nerves.
I lean down to Oesh and just say quietly, "Can you walk?"
I think Oish just takes in like this shaking breath and just kind of pushes up to signify that like they will at least try.
All right, he's gonna let him try, for at least a little bit, but we'll stand up. And
they stand.
help them, and turns back to the rest of the group and like does not even look at Tazriel. I think looks past him to the hag and says, "We're leaving."
Okay. I understand that getting what you wish for can be difficult. But I'm glad I was able to help a few of you.
He turns around and is going to head for the door.
Thank you.
Had to roll
for
to
your-
not have an outburst at that.
Thank you for your time, and good night. Gonna try and like usher Taz away, and also actually, I think she's gonna go for Kiara. I feel like Kiara's the most volatile right now, and just sort of puts an arm around her. Just let's go. Anything else happens.
When Barden comes to do that, I think Kiara is just going to put her hand to Barden just a second, and we'll say to the hag,
Careful.
No, we're past that. And she's talking to both the hag and Agnita at the same time now.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll say, I've always heard stories of people like you, and I've always wanted to give people the benefit of the doubt. But you don't deserve it. If there were justice in this world, the pain you caused would be re-inflicted on you 3 times. And Kiara's gonna walk away.
Kiara seems a little taller in this moment. Hair a little longer. You see golden threads almost shimmering through. And there's that image again of these ears and this tail and this presence of Agnita showing through. You swear, maybe 3 or 4 inches taller. She looks broader and stronger, and her voice comes out in this rich, confident purr. And Madeira kind of settles back a little bit into that head down, hunched over posture in her true form. You... Oh, then. And keep your values to yourself.
Be grateful that I am.
Vice gives this sharp little nod and then a quick turn, heel, walking towards the door. Is everyone leaving?
Maddie said we're leaving. We're leaving.
Okay.
I think maybe Barden's the last one out, but doesn't turn her back.
Keeping an eye as you...
Yeah, basically does that, and I don't know, I feel like it, because of all the stories, I think that's a moment of like a little bow, a little twist of the waist, and then out.
Yeah, paying respect. Okay, then...
I don't want to hag on my back.
You all can exit. I'll actually pull you back to
Ooh.
where we were together.
Sarah, how would you feel if Matthias like picked Awaisha up? Do you think she would vibe with that, or are they like, let me walk?
I was actually going to say that when we get outside and like the cold hits Oaisha's face, they actually seem to rouse themselves a little bit out of this stupor. And they say, all right, I'm fine. And they put their hand on their staff. You can see in their eyes that there's this like glassy, it's not like emotion, it's rather like there's so much missing behind them, and you can literally see that reflected in their eyes. It's not something they're trying to put on, it's rather that there's just so much gone that their mind is out, but they are standing on their own.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Matthias is like looking into their face and has that expression on his face like he's just like trying to understand what's happening, thinking real hard. But yeah, he lets go and steps back.
Let us move
Back to camp.
quickly. Yes, immediately.
I think Taz like heads off immediately at that, like kind of scouting ahead since the still staying in because the connection's back up. Just to and he'll say, "Oh wait, actually, I don't think he didn't notice it, so never mind. He won't. He'll just nod and start scouting ahead."
Should we go back to that fucking tree? Does Awaish want to go back to that tree?
I don't think that they remember the tree, but I, Sarah, would love the tree.
Just a moment before we leave. Is the house still there when we leave?
The house
Or has
is
it
still there
returned to
when you
that
leave.
space?
No, still house.
Okay,
Still
no worries,
cottage.
just curious.
Yep.
Alex, can we have a consolation prize tree?
You can
We have a
walk
consolation tree.
the route that the rest of the party took past this tree, so it is the one that you would most likely take back, meaning you would walk by it again.
Okay. We come to the tree.
It's dark and it's very cold at this point. The crooked branches loom out of the darkness suddenly, and each of you who were with the pack before remember Oish pausing at it.
As we're walking, I wanted to say two things as we were walking.
Yep.
One, that basically Kiara cannot turn off flame glow right now. Like Kiara is just glowing. It's basically the light spell, but Kiara is the creature on which it's cast. So Kiara is glowing. And the second thing is, as we're walking, Kiara will come up to Awaish, and not in their head, out loud, but softly, will say, I assume there's no use in trying to remove curse?
I don't know.
Can
The
try to-
knowledge immediately comes to you
Oh.
that remove curse would not change this.
No.
Figured as much, but if you ever want me to try, just let me know.
Yes.
Barden will stop by that tree. Sword out, partly for the light, partly there's shit in this wood, and just kind of turns to Oish. You wanted something here. Do you think?
It's like a
Should I
kid
go-
that like had an allergic reaction at a birthday party, and now everyone's trying to be so nice to
Yeah, with. I can roll Arcana here to work out.
I'll be clear, the only reason Kiara is not offering the same thing to Taz is because Kiara has not realized Taz has made a deal.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
so
it's
fair.
fine.
I think Oish looks up at the tree and does. It's not that, like, obviously they haven't lost these memories. It's just the way I'm playing it is that elves have a very, like, specific way that they, if they are doing their memory correctly, that they put memories away. And so getting some removed has messed up the entire system. And so accessing even the most recent things is just in this immediate moment very difficult. And Oish blankly looks up at the tree and sees a mark that they could ostensibly know they had done, and just I did do that. Holds up a hand, and like magic crackles in their fingers for a moment, and then they look puzzled and they drop their hand. This is not forever. This is for a night. They do not remember how to use their magic right now.
I can try. I can.
But
Looking
put
at the
damn
tree.
thing down.
Caught it.
Yes.
Puts the magic sword away. Do we have an axe? Can I roll to see if I know what is the? Because I can't remember if I know about these trees. Or it's
I'm
just
gonna
a way-
say
I punch it. I
Punch that
I
tree.
tackle the tree.
the knowledge that something is contained in this tree or that it's magical somehow is obvious to the whole party.
Alex,
So,
can I cut this tree with my sword?
Your sword would.
Wait.
Take the
Alex,
soul
you
of
haven't seen
whatever's
Blue Eye
inside.
Samurai, but there's a really cool fucking scene in Blue Eye Samurai where she like fucking focuses for like 30 minutes and then whooah, with his katana and fucking kills it. Can Matthias do that?
Between Barden and Matthias, because I know Barden is like looking, examining, neither of your swords will break if you try and cut a tree down with them. That does not mean they are the most effective way to try and cut a tree down.
I was
Do we
have an axe?
to be like completely clear, I am using my sword, but my sword is going to be a conduit because I'm gonna fucking pump a huge smite into this tree.
Sure, yeah.
Like
go for it.
around the sword, a sheath of bone just like mineralizes and like cuts through before my sword doesn't even touch it. The steel of the sword doesn't even touch it. It just.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna roll just to see if I crit because I think it'd be very funny.
I think it'd be very good.
Okay, I didn't. As per usual, it's fine. One of these days, God will smile on me. But it's like a
Give me
million.
damage.
It's 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And I do a 3rd level smite. It's my last 3rd level smite. Because I don't
Right,
know,
the tree.
I'm fucking mad. I'm just angry. I'm so angry. Everything sucks.
Yep.
Tonight's been garbage. Jesus, come on.
And now you must punch a tree.
Oh my god. Thank you. 7, 8, 9 plus 6 is 15, and then a 3rd level smite is 2d8 plus 2 more d8?
Yes.
Right? 2d8 plus 2 more d8,
48.
so that's 48. Fucking want to kill this tree.
God damn.
Fuck up this tree. Fuck this tree. Fuck you, tree. So that was 15. Remember my base damage for me, please. My brain's not working. I'm so hungover. 7 plus 5 is 12. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 12 is 21. So that's 21 plus 15, which is 36 points of damage.
36 points of damage.
He just... One swing.
You katana the tree. Barton, you were examining all that stuff.
Maybe I'd point out where's the best place to actually do that without damaging the item.
Yeah, you see this little like crack in the bark right through the heart root of this twisted wood, and it sizzles clean with a white glow. The entire wood of the tree just shatters up into snowflakes, and then the roots sizzle up as well, and there's this another sigh, but not of like pleasure, of relief. And you see lying in the snow is a bleached white skeleton, clutching to its chest what seems to be an elegant black scroll case.
Oh my god, guys, it's just like that scene in Dungeon Meshi.
Magic.
Are
Do
you
we have
gonna
any
pick it up?
evil? I've got gloves on.
Sorry,
If there
I was
was-
going to ask, is a skeleton
Yes.
moving?
No, it's a long dead skeleton. Again, some of the knowledge that some of you had of these hag trees is that they are like planted in the blood of a person who dies, right? Like that is how they
Like
grow.
a soul might have been trapped in that tree.
Yeah.
That now
Yes.
it's been released.
It's been completely released.
So it's just a
Um,
skeleton.
And the wind blows over you, Matthias, with this cold breeze.
Feels right.
Bone is pleased.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know if
You
there's
know
much
what?
else that I can do with the skeleton, because we can't bury it. We could burn it, but it would take a while. So he will, even though everything's like already gone, I'm assuming these chuckle fucks are about to dick around with the spell scroll or whatever's in that case. So he's gonna while they're doing that shit, he's gonna kneel down and just do probably do a blessing or a prayer or something.
Yeah.
Something from his days in his home.
I have.
I was going to say, Kiara is actually going to do the same thing.
Aw.
Kiara is also going to get down to
We're
the
covering all
skeleton.
bases.
Prayer
all religious
circle.
bases.
Prayer
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
circle.
going to do a little
We need whisper.
prayer
Yep.
circle.
What the fuck? Skeletal prayer.
Oh, actually. Oh, considering.
you.
Yeah, sorry. My sword has detect good and evil. I could just kind of check that scroll because it also can check if an item has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Yes.
I have to take
So
that.
yeah. I know, but you're doing a thing.
I'm
Let
being
me do a cool
stupid,
thing with my
I'm
sword.
kidding.
I've never done this with my sword. Pull it out. The light is already on, but just very gently, just over, like definitely not touching the skeleton. That's a dick. But yeah, I'm gonna cast that.
That,
What's the vibes, baby?
that
Within-
night has cleansed the root of corruption here. So you have consecrated this skeleton so good.
Oh,
This is a little sacred spot.
Oh, yeah.
I think Bard will
She
pass on.
consecrate on my skeleton till I sacred spot.
Going to jail. No, you're going to prison.
I love you, VJ.
I think we've given this place a moment of solace. Good work. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking get the scroll. I'm
Great.
just gonna touch it. If my sword didn't tell me otherwise, I'm probably back.
This is a spell scroll carrying case.
Hmm.
It has two little like pulleys. So you pull out one side and there's a scroll. You pull the other side and there's a scroll.
It's like a fact. I love it. That's so nifty. I think she'll just hand it straight to Wish. Just like, it's a
consolation
treat.
prize.
It's a treat for the little guy who's bundled up on the sofa.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
sick.
Just
She
had a
hears a
zappy
lollipop.
It looks like if we find any more of these, seems like the same situation. So we can keep an eye. Hands it. Want me to carry it?
I think you hand it to Awash and they open it up.
Just pull it open and look.
Yeah.
I have to double check my little roll of what this is. So I'm gonna say that you're parsing through them as you keep walking, and I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
For scribes
Tazriel-
wizard.
Tazriel, you said you're scouting ahead a little bit, just kind of keeping
Yeah.
an eye out for the rest of
Yeah.
the group.
Yeah.
With your stealth and with having walked this path before, you alert the group occasionally to walk around. There's a spot where some large snow bear has dragged a carcass and is tearing into it, and you walk the group around that creature to make sure they don't disturb it. You avoid a patch of twisted trees that seem to catch at you again and around those, so you're helping them. It's night in
Yeah.
Valkyrie. It's
Yeah,
dangerous out here.
I think outside of like those communications, he's just silent and walking.
Mm-hmm. But as you walk, you are aware that there is a giantess walking somewhere. You can feel her. You got a quest marker. Okay. You make your way back to camp. It is any light that would be shining has been either like shielded by rocks or covered over, so it wouldn't alert any beasts that are out here. You see the tents have been put up. It looks like Aldris did return. They're like his pack is back. His tent is there, and some of the tents are empty because it looks like Neve is actually. You see, like the dwarf encampment is next to you guys, right? It looks like Neve maybe is sharing a tent with Laura temporarily, like in one by herself. But as you all approach with the group, even quietly, the outline of someone kind of sits up in the tent, and Laura like peeks out. Their beard and their tired eyes. You've all made it back. Okay, I don't see anyone missing.
I apologize for the abruptness, Laura, but we won't be stopping here tonight. We'll be moving on.
I will wake up your companion.
Yes, please. Everyone else, let's pack up.
You are fucking tired.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sleepy.
Neve comes out in this big sweater thing.
Cute.
Looks kind of woolly and uncomfortable, and doesn't say anything. It's just like, mm-hmm.
Blissful ignorance.
Too tired to parse literally anything. Even Oashia's distress. Too sleepy.
Yeah. God, I love her.
So quickly, you pack up your gear. I don't think that Laura's brothers are going to come with you guys. They might follow or join you, but it's just going to be your group moving on tonight, not the rest of them.
The OGs.
Laura, did you see Aldris? Has he come back?
Yes, he made it back. Seemed particularly wounded, but let us know that you all encountered the creature that he was hunting and didn't give me all the details. Said you would be hopefully returning soon.
Well, best of luck to you, and I hope I don't see you again.
Oh? You said that to me before.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of heat behind it. He just looks exhausted.
If I do see the rest of you, I suppose we'll reconvene near the order.
Sorry, it's been a long night. Sleep well. We'll try not to be too loud packing down.
And watch yourself here. This is a hag's woods.
Yes, well, we knew that.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna pack his shit and
Yet you pack your shit.
fucking walk until dawn.
You are walking until, again, all of you are going to take a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've like gently been like to Oesh, maybe you should sit in the car. just until you figure out stuff.
We have the cart again, right? Yeah.
You repaired your cart, you have your cart.
It's a
goats.
sled, actually.
You got your sled.
You know.
I worked hard for that sled. Then you
You
crashed
did.
it.
Look, we fixed it.
If Awaish goes, go ahead, VJ.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
If Awaish goes into the cart, they will immediately enter their trance. Just immediately.
Yep.
How big is this cart exactly?
Your sled
Big enough to
comfortably
spoon.
big enough to spoon. It's got your gear in it. It fits multiple people.
Cool. Taz is actually gonna sit in the cart and try to sleep because I still have a point of exhaustion
So
Yeah.
you're
from previously, y'all. So I'm
Yep.
yeah.
That makes sense. It's not comfortable sleeping. Again, like you're not long resting as you're moving, but you're sleeping enough to not take another point of exhaustion.
Kiara's gonna stay up.
Yeah, I think Kiara's is still a little angy.
Steaming footprints in the snow.
Eat up.
Yeah.
It's a little sizzle reel.
Vice is staying up. Well, Avi is staying up as well. Neve goes back to sleep in the sled.
They were so ready to go straight back. They were just like,
Yep.
donk.
Been there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the route you take is you're not traveling rapidly.
Mm-mm.
I'm assuming that you're going for the slow and able to stealth while you move
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
kind of travel.
Mhm.
Okay. Could I get I'm gonna say a stealth check from everyone who's awake. So that would just be Novel, Kiara, Matthias, for Vice as well.
If anybody can help me with that, it would be appreciated, but I understand if you can't.
What do you mean?
Well, I guess
I don't know if anyone has passed
Yeah.
without trace or something.
I don't, but I do have.
I don't think guidance and
I miss my
is a
druid!
long thing.
God
I
damn.
have- I
He's
got
so
a 13.
convenient.
I'm clouding my blade, so I have +2 to stealth.
Great.
1 second. What did you roll? Therefore.
Big 3. Rolled a 2.
Oh,
Big
no.
3.
Oh my god.
13.
I rolled an 8.
Oh my god!
Alright, well.
We're fucking
That's fine.
tired.
Vice
We're
is
tired.
Oh yeah, just to
Bring it
confirm, Alex, because this is like a longer term check, I cannot guide myself on this, right?
No. not.
Okay. Yeah, then 13.
Okay, well, Vice got a
Wolf.
non-natural 20, so
Yeah.
she's
just kind of
doing
like-
the work.
No, just
Let's say this. We're not going to go into combat about it, but at one point, probably between the four of you, you have to take out a couple of blights.
Oh
that just
man, this
burn
night
the fuck
fucking
out of 'em.
sucks.
Yeah.
lights.
This night
Blights are a
fucking
little-
sucks. Ugh.
Blights are
Like,
little like tree creatures. They're angry bushes, basically.
I fucking punt one over
We have
a
the knights that
snowdrift.
say me.
Yeah. We're you know what? We're gonna fucking fist fight these blights. We're
Yeah.
not even gonna use magic.
Kiara would just like fireball, fuck you, out.
You, I think
Yeah.
they're like a quarter challenge rating or a half challenge rating or something, and there's not. Blights are more dangerous when there's like 50 of them. So you don't wake up the whole forest, but you do wreck the shit of them. Some like frozen snow bushes that try and grab your ankles
God
and
damn
slow down
it.
the sled.
Not the fucking time.
Yeah.
Stomping on them.
It's like a measly 15 XP that you just crunch into dust. But dawn comes low and very harried through continued snow. I don't even know what day it is. Who knows
It's the
what day it is?
29th. It'll be the 30th.
The 20. Is it the 30th? Last time I
think
changed
so.
the date on the loading screen,
Go
it
back
was
to
the
the screen.
23rd. No, it's the 23rd, so it would be the 24th.
Oh.
But the moons
Sorry.
are fucked up. So
Oh.
today
Moons
was
are
the day
fucked
that it was. Hold on, I'm going back to the starting screen. Everybody, hold on. Today was the day that the moons were supposed to become full, but they've been full for a while. I
They
think
got
it's the
full
24th.
earlier, yeah.
Yes, it's the 24th of Neth, and it got full sooner. Okay. So moons are...
Has my sword replenished?
Full moons.
yes, your sword, I think your sword
Yeah, on a
continues
full
to
moon, it-
replenish because of your full moon.
Fully replenishes.
So you get all your charges back.
Use.
It's also Lie Day, which is kind of the weekend.
Hey! It's the freaking
Everybody's
weekend.
working for the weekend.
Tiredly. Saturday show. Saturday night.
Fucking A.
And
Lie
you
Day
find the path, like you're heading towards the Order. This is a path that Matthias knows, and there are more open ways that you can travel. You're not passing many people, but you might actually catch up to a caravan that is heading the other way. It's a trader's caravan. They've got a number of not yet dried and skinned pelts, so it's like you can just smell the nasty stench of
Yum yum yum.
monster pelts. To older Gruth, maybe like Goliath or Giantkin, not anything compared to the actual giantess that Tazriel has in mind. But they pass you by, give you that kind of cold, waste look, like, are you going to attack us for our goods? No? Okay, goodbye. And keep
Nah.
heading on.
I genuinely think Matthias would keep walking. Like, I don't know if...
At dawn?
Yeah. I know I said walk till dawn, but, like, I think he might just keep walking. If no one says anything, he's just gonna
fair.
keep going.
How far are we?
How far are we, Alex?
You are likely to reach, and again, I know that I've probably past episodes exactly how many days you have left, but it's difficult for me to remember that at this point. So I'm going to say you're approximately 2 days from the Order. That
Oh.
sounds pretty good to me.
In which case, I think Kiara eventually will say, Matthias, I think we need to rest for a little bit. Do empty it out.
He's gonna look around for... Is there any shelter close?
You are on a more traveled route, and the Order would have places when they're taking new apprentices to rest on this route. So, in the light of day, it is not too difficult to find an outpost.
Hell yeah.
It's not fancy, but it's got, like, campfire spots to warm up. It's got shelter. Trees have been stripped down and tied into just purely an overhang.
Yeah.
They're cool.
If we walk for another hour, we can come to an outpost.
Do that.
Let's do that. It even, because the snow and ice is kept clean off the spot frequently enough, with 10 minutes or 20 minutes of work, you can even give yourself dry, packed ground to put your tents up on, which means it's a lot warmer to go to sleep.
Kiara, like, very gently flamethrowing. That's how you get rid of ice back in Hampshire.
We're warming everything. We're creating bonfires. It's a thing.
As you are once again getting set up, the motions are exhausting. You've put your tents up twice in the same night after fighting. It's hard even to get them to just stay in place. Like, you can barely roll out your sleeping bags at this point. Your muscles are so tired. But Vice does quickly say to you, Matthias, I've checked, and I think a day and a half will take us to the bottom of the slope. With the weather as it is right now, probably another half a day to ascend, but we can reach the Dwarven city. Not tomorrow, but the day after.
Good. Let's hope we can keep moving at the same pace. I don't know what this is going to mean for... Let's just sleep.
Yes, the wastes touch people who haven't been here before with more greed. You know this.
I remember.
Okay. Yes, Taz?
Taz will just be up while everybody else is sleeping, keeping watch since he slept.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely good for first watch.
Oacia's functionally still trancing. I think that they are, like, they could go up to 12 hours for this round. You know? Yeah.
So you're not going to clear exhaustion by taking this long rest. This long rest is what's needed to not take another point of exhaustion, right? But over the next day, you'll be able to clear it. You're sleeping. In order to get a full rest, you're losing a lot of daylight here, meaning that the next day of travel will probably be truncated. You're not going to go as far, so that 2 days is like, you're going to have to catch up at some point to be back on a regular
Need a
schedule.
sleep.
Yeah.
Are we all exhausted?
It is
Three of us
Matthias, Kiara. I think
Martin.
only Neve is not exhausted.
Okay.
And
Because we did that travel through the night. Yeah.
travel through the night.
But, and you can say that because I am trying to fix something else that has just happened to me that this doesn't count. But since I am trancing for 2 rounds, does that get rid of any exhaustion I'd have?
I'm gonna leave that up to you.
I'm going to say that I have to roll on my little table no matter what. Yeah.
But you weren't walking all night, right? You were on the cart, right?
No.
I do love the idea that we just left you on the cart, but just added more cushions. We were just like, we're not going to touch them. We're
Just rolled a tent out on
make it
top of
It's
them.
like, that's what I was saying. What if we rolled the cart into a tent?
Yeah. You put a tent on top, just kind of giving it a cover.
Oh, I know
Like a
those
covered
bones are going to
wagon.
be hurting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Bones.
Anyway. Okay. But this is a great time to say that with this long rest, however uncomfortable it is, you all level up.
Love
Level up, level up, level up.
Level 10,
Level up.
motherfucker! You
Hell
can't
yeah.
kill me! I'm
Level
a
9 for me.
Level 9.
10,
Yeah.
10 for 2 of us.
Yeah.
And since we're on stream, it's a great time to roll HP if we want to go around and do that.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I forgot
Wizards
to do
roll
that.
D6s, right?
Yes, they do.
D6.
Quick reminder of the rules, because I have a slightly improved level up system. You, depending on the die size, you re-roll. Wizards as a D6s roll all ones. D8s re-roll all ones and twos. D10s re-roll 1, 2, 3, and D12s re-roll 1, 2, 3. So you're always getting a bonus. So let's start with Matthias.
I got a 9!
9.
I got a 9!
Excellent. And remember that you're still adding your Constitution, of course.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Kiara,
Oh, that's a 1.
re-roll that.
Ouch.
8!
Nice.
Nice.
Sarah.
Oh god. That's a 1. Reroll. Oh my god. 6. Wow, highs and lows.
Okay, and Shan, I think you're the only person rolling a D12 as a band.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know what I was rolling. I was just like searching. Oh my god,
Yep.
what do I reroll? Sorry, give me a second. Let me look around. Let me find it.
No worries. And remember, you are re-rolling everything that is under a 4. Oh,
That's a 9.
great.
Not too
That's 9,
bad.
plus your con. And
Oh, plus my con?
Yeah, when you level up, you always add your Constitution.
Oh my god, that's a 12.
Hell yeah.
And Tazriel.
That is also an 8.
Fantastic round of HP.
Yeah.
oh god, I can't do math. Is that 101? Yeah. You
Oh,
got
you were
101 hit points.
100.
Yeah.
That 100,
boy.
baby. Y'all, at 10th level, I can make scrolls just for funsies.
Hell yeah.
So let's look forward to that. It's not here yet.
I can teleport short distances with my psychic blades. Like I can just.
I have abilities that,
one of
I
the,
still haven't
Wait.
used yet.
Wait,
It's
wait,
one of the-
so you throw it and you get there?
Like I throw
You
it
throw it.
and I
and
just
you're
whoop
there.
into the space as a soul knife throw.
That's such
It's
a
not even my
dick
extra
move.
stuff, Alex.
It's like
It's not even the extra stuff.
dagger
What?
and then
it's just a.
I gotta look at
that's
all
so
of these
good.
abilities. I'm so. Oh yeah, because Soul Knife.
Sloan, what is Matthias up to now?
one.
HP wise?
113.
Wow.
Bag O points, but they go very
Bag O
fast. They go so fast.
They go fast.
Oh, the hit points, they always go so fast.
I'm still not at. I'm not even at 90 yet. I'm.
Send me your character update so I can update the starting screen.
Will do.
Cool.
Wow, psychic
When-
teleportation is badass.
Are we waiting to level up on our shoots later?
Oh, I
Just
just
so I know.
leveled up.
Okay, I'm gonna do
You
that.
can hit level up on your sheets because you are long resting, and I'm not gonna have HP and stuff. Let's just not worry about it for this time.
Does D&D
let's
Beyond
see.
let me give myself the exhausted condition?
Yeah, when you do conditions at the very bottom, you can pick exhaustion and what level of
I
exhaustion.
see. Level 1. Great.
I can roll additional weapon damage die.
Yes, a lot of
Critical attack with a melee. Love that.
Still at piddly levels because I have 2 classes.
I got all my spell slots back, y'all. I'm fucking.
Yay!
feels good.
I'm living. I got so many spell slots.
Now I'm trying to remember what. So when I leveled up, I think it automatically upped my HP.
It
And then I
might
have to,
have.
like,
You can go in
override
and override. Yeah.
I just don't remember what it was before.
Oh, I get plus 1 rage damage as well.
Fuck yeah.
Because this is too low. I don't know why my current HP is 74 when I have. That seems. What did I have?
You can go in and
before.
double check it at some
I
point. I don't
have
want
50 hands-on? 50 lay on hands
Ooh.
points.
50
That
hands.
50 hands.
50 hands.
50. That's a creature I want to meet.
I don't think I actually got anything like. I got more spell slots and stuff. I don't think I got any like class stuff because I took the my 5th warlock.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Level.
yeah. Yeah, it should be at like 4th and 8th that you get some special stuff.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Awaish, the 2 spell scrolls that you get.
Yes.
One of them is gonna take some parsing because
Okay.
it seems to be a weird necromantic spell. That's not exactly revival, but it's more like it's kind of like a raise dead almost, but it does seem to revive.
Interesting.
I think this is a version of a spell that we had talked about.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Ooh, sneak
This
right.
is not on
Y'all.
the D&D spell list. It's
No, this shit is scary. Thank you.
which kind of ties into the like usage of in the tree. Seems like maybe even the scroll, the spell that was on this scroll has been warped by.
Yeah. That's hot.
And then the other one is conjure minor elementals.
Ooh.
Shit.
Ooh.
Okay, tight. I will not be using these. I will be copying them into my spellbook. Thank you very much.
They're creatures that sing in a certain key.
Yep. Very, very good. Now we have. I'm gonna have us take another 5-minute break here, if that's okay.
Yeah. I want to get a snack.
And then we'll grab a little snack, come back for a little bit, and keep going.
I can't believe we haven't even been on for 2 hours. Like, we're at 2 hours. It feels like we've been playing for
my God.
3 years.
I love
the
it.
stress. Our head's going grey.
Absolutely
My
insane.
hair has
making
gone
deals
completely
with-
gray.
Look
so
at this.
funny. All right, let's go get a snack.
All right.
Everybody have a try.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
In a bit.
BRB.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back. We have taken some time to level up and explore our new abilities. We're very them. The rest that you all get is a bit strained due to the fact that the sun is now shining and you're covering your eyes. But it is warmer, so it's more comfortable to sleep in that regard. I'm gonna
Barton's
say
face is just fully in the pillow, just like no.
Yep. Your magical tents or regular tents serve you very well here. The outpost means things are pretty quiet. At one point, whoever is on Vice probably exchanges a few words with a passing knight from the Order who is traveling by. Seems to be returning from a hunting trip. Maybe one actual Order member and two traveling hunters who are with them. Matthias, you might be asleep at this point. Say it's not someone who you would have a personal, intense relationship, maybe someone graduated to full knighthood or that. But when you all are waking up and beginning to come back to life, Vice does pass on the message that the roads seem decently clear. There haven't been any avalanches or things like that on the path you to take.
May I, if it's okay with everyone, may I take a moment and describe Oasia's trance? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think I've talked about this a little bit before, but I just think this is interesting that typically the way that Oash engages in their trance is that, so humble of them, they sit down with a mirror image of themselves and recount what has happened to them. And then their mirror image repeats it back to them and it is filed away, as it were. In this case, when they go into their trance, the person that sits down across from them is what they would imagine they were like as a child, but the face is blurred and indistinct. And instead of trying to say to this person what has happened to them, they are trying to get information. And the reason it takes so long is that this indistinct person that they once were, that they no longer remember what this person looks like, is just distraught and is unable in many ways to give straight answers to them. And so they spend that full 8 hours just getting this representation of every memory they've had into a place where it can, and eventually the person adjusts and changes to the most recent memory of their own appearance, which is them around 50 years old. And
Right. So you come back to yourself a little more settled then, at least more aware of what the past month or so has been like. Very certain of that. Your magic, again, with a level up, maybe even some of the shifting around of your memories
knock some things loose.
knock some things loose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Darren was out when all of this happened. I didn't describe necessarily what he's doing, but I'm going to say with your intense reaction that he has been adhered to your side in a way that you wouldn't even have noticed. Like, has just wrapped himself around you, underneath your clothes. He's got the tendrils. You've got ink imprints on your side from where he has just been pressed against you.
I'm back. It's fine.
I'm really. I haven't seen a worst day like that in a long time.
Well, Let's hope it doesn't happen again.
And I'm still here. I'm still there. You still know me.
Yes, you're all here.
Good.
And they go to try to stand up. I gotta see what's going on with them.
You've told me some stories.
Have I?
Yes.
About what?
About school. And
Not
okay.
right now.
Well, yes. Sad little bookman.
He's so cute. I love him.
But that does bring back to mind that you have recollected past memories to people.
Yes.
You might remember telling someone about something, not the actual thing.
Not the actual memory. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great.
Oof. Good shit.
Okay. Kiara, you wake up feeling not like you've run a marathon, even though you're exhausted, but rather, you know when you have a really good workout and you're a little sore, and then the next day you feel like really good? That is how you feel. There's I think with that warlock connection, especially that you've made, Agnita wasn't part of the moment that you had with the hag, but the dreams that you have are full of rolling furry hills and glowing sun. And you wake up with this sense of like, maybe you've gotten a little more buff overnight or something. Not in a actual strength way, but just like a little more settled. Up to you, but I would even say that at 5 levels of Warlock, you could wake up an inch taller. If you wanted to. I don't know if Kiara's height is a big part of who they are.
Kiara is not a big part of who they are compared to like some folks here. But I love the idea of Kiara suddenly being 5'7" and like nobody can even really notice. Because like the closest person to their height is 6 feet tall.
Except for
That's good.
Vice. I was like,
Vice.
no. Vice notices.
And hey, Noble is usually like 5'2" or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I also can
You
see
d-
it
you
being
didn't-
a thing where like with the skirts and stuff, like you like it's hard to tell.
Hard to tell. Are you wearing heels today?
I don't know. I just the regular boots.
You seem... I don't know.
Maybe we all should just tell off hags and we'll stand taller after.
I'm not going to say much about the choices that everyone has made. I understand what it's like to be offered an incredible opportunity, and I've given plenty of warnings to... But, Kiara, I think we share the same opinion about should have happened place.
Well, I'm glad because, well, I really, really, really would feel better if we had set that house on fire, but oh well.
The one good use of that ability.
I knew we would find one thing where we both agreed it would be a good one.
Anyway. You, once again, pack up, set off. Neve, is now awake and a little bit grumpy. Maybe about, she's like, I could have, whatever you all were doing last, could have invited me. If I had known everyone was going to be out, I would have stayed up.
I'm sure. We'll include you next time.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank-
Bold-faced lie.
Wait, I rolled really well for these saves. Let me take a look at that challenge rating, though.
Oh, tight. Awaish did roll a 5, so they do have a -10 penalty to movement speed today. They have been sitting in the same position for far longer than they should have, and also took a bunch of damage yesterday. So they're moving slow. They're trying to hide it as usual.
Yep. So for our purposes of travel here, like I said off stream, we're gonna move pretty rapidly. You have about 4 hours of actual like concentrated light, and then you're moving into the evening a little bit more here. What that's going to mean is that you don't have any time to do extra foraging, and you don't have any time to do extra lessons while you're traveling. Your energy and time is focused just getting through the day. Because you are on a known path, any encounter that you might have here would be more along the term like you pass a few people, you're going up the mountains a little bit more, you leave some of the forest behind. I think at some points, because so many of you are still tired, you do have to like sit down, take a rest. It's pretty open, but there are still like these clusters of more thick wooded areas where if you only clean up a little bit because you're sweaty and tired, you can snow or whatever, just general stuff.
Barden toddling over to Kiara, like, please, I smell. Just asking for a prestidigitator. It smells so bad. I smell like render blood.
Oh, yeah.
Alex, I have a very quick question for you. As we're moving, are we getting closer to that giantess or farther away?
You're getting closer.
Okay, thank you.
Good
So
news.
if you borrow a map from like maybe Vice or Matthias or Sketch or something. Actually, I'm gonna ask, would you do that? Are you looking into this?
I don't think so. I think Taz is like
Secrets.
First off, unless somebody talk to him, he's just so quiet. The rest of this trip is like in his head. Like internally he's got that general awareness, but also we're on a thing, so he doesn't have to be super there, and he's going back through all of his more like physical and intimate memories with Vel and really anybody, honestly. At one point, like, and it's just like really coming to terms with what he's given up. And so I don't think so. I think there's just that ever present, we're getting closer, but right now it's really just dealing with like, that's what that means for me now.
Can you give me a wisdom check, please?
VJ's staring suspiciously at the camera. Like,
yeah. Oh, I have an inspiration.
do
I'm gonna use it.
DC8.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. Okay, yeah, that's way better. 19.
19. Yes, the relative position of where you are traveling and the distance you are from this person and the vision that you got of where she is, it seems likely that she is not here on this like long peninsula, right? That you're approaching the mainland, but rather could even be on the more frozen Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a continent that is attached to a giant glacier.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like dirt underneath, and then there's glacier underneath. So she could be either still on like the continent part, or she could be pure frost. But she's definitely that direction.
Danger zone.
Yes.
Matthias is going to, at the top of the day, he's going to cast Find Steed. What do my bones look like this time, Alex?
The bones by this outpost are mostly like small animal bones, like prey that has been, eaten here, right, and then discarded. So I think this is more of an amalgamation of little bones than you're using a big owlbear base. You can still summon beast in that owlbear form if you'd like to, but
I like the concept of like whatever bones are available.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
horse made out of little
Heterohark this
bones.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm kind of imagining so many legs.
It's a little locked tomb reference for all you tomb heads out there.
yeah.
Sir Nonagesimus.
And just as soon as he summons it, he is going to look to Vice and everybody else and say, I'll be back. I'm going to scout ahead. And he is going to ride off forward. Beyond...
Stay on the path.
Yeah, we've got 8 hours when we start moving, so within a mile.
Great. Taz, are you continuing to scout ahead? We could do like a staggered Maddie is far ahead, you are quite as far.
Yeah, actually, I think that would be perfect, especially since if anybody talks to him, he will talk, but he's also like wants to be away.
I feel that in the morning there would have been, we're here if you need to talk, take your time, but not pressure, but it's there.
Okay. Then the next 4 or 5 hours are a bit of a slog. But nothing you're not getting used to. There is a bleak beauty even here in the wastes. And there is more wildlife that you're starting to become accustomed to. It's not as loud or brightly colored as the fish in the Perelian Ocean or the beautiful roses of Abjor, but there are snow blossoms, there are pine needles, the occasional hare that hops out of the way, the image of a bird flying overhead silhouetted against the snow. So a rhythm is established.
Alex, I
Yes.
think that the DC is 22?
Yep.
Okay, and that's okay, cool.
Great. And again, I'm not really going to do perception or anything like that. You just get through this day. Perhaps there's an equivalent of another blade attack. You have to maneuver the blade over some very icy patches that take you a while, but nothing that would be too difficult for a group of fully grown adults who are all trained for survival at this point. Meaning that towards the evening, you can see as the light falls that there is a light in that does out with the sunset.
Sorry, you cut out there, Alex. Could you repeat that last bit?
Okay, I thought that was
Yeah.
me.
No.
No, I think the AC just turned on. There we go. There is a light in the distance that does not go out with that. You are in the area near the base of the mountains, and the peak that you're heading toward, even a day's travel from a mountain, you can see it. You're there, right? So up from you, like between some trees that are scattered, there is a light that is blinking that could be comprised of multiple together. This could be something kind of like a lighthouse or an outpost, but it could also be lights of a city. the way that when you're up on a hill and you look down over a city, you can see those lights twinkling in the distance. As you continue to get closer to it in the evening, another hour or two, it spreads out, and you see that there are multiple areas in the base of the mountain. Either they're carved out, or there are houses upon them that are giving off light sources. There is a city before you.
Matthias could cry.
I'm so excited.
That look in his fucking eyes.
Yep.
Oh my god. For the
And this
record,
is,
Alex, I rolled a 17 and a 19, so I got a 24. So,
Great.
Hell yeah.
And you're great.
On what?
wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I would.
Matthias has to take a big shit. And he does it really good.
He gets another diamond. There you go, Kiara.
I have to go do some bone.
Oh my god, can you
shit.
imagine if I could revivify using
My ass
Matthias's
diamonds?
ass diamond? Cursed tweet.
I don't know if it. Oh,
No, go ahead. You're good.
it's just a little thing. Probably as their long slog had gone by, I don't know if anyone would have noticed, but Barden has cleaned out that earring and has just manifested a hole in their other ear to clip that bug earring they found in. Like, no one obviously sees it. It's
I love
such a
that.
tiny little shapeshift, but it's just like,
Nice.
keeps going.
Not having to
Extra
pierce
piercings.
your
Lit.
ears is really cool.
Great.
I know I just renamed that Dwarven city, and I cannot remember for the life of.
Damn.
LMA. I'll add it into my notes
Yeah.
this time.
Are we bedding down for the night? Is this where we're
Yeah,
showing out?
probably.
Yeah.
At the base of the mountain.
Matthias looks like he wants to continue, but everybody's so tired.
Yeah. I want to have, if we have time before we close up, I want to have a short convo with the big blonde boy.
Sure.
Slayer just.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't find this damn city. Who knows?
Dwarven Forge. Wait.
Yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yes, I would love to have a conversation there, and then I also have another thing.
I think
Okay.
for.
Kiara has
Thank you.
a purr message, a cat mail.
Meow, meow, meow.
Cat mail.
Mushy mushy.
Ring, ring, meow.
Yeah?
Great. Okay. Yeah. You
Frost
once
home?
again make camp.
Says Vo. Frostholm. Blue.
Frost home.
Bitumen hold.
Are these bits?
Oh, these are ideas. I thought that was what I named.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank
yes,
you, Vo,
yes,
either
yes.
way.
You set up camp.
What's Matthias up to tonight? You said that he wanted to keep going, but he is stopping, which
Yeah, he
appreciate.
looks, he just like, when, I'm sure Vice is like, we should probably camp, and Matthias is like, yeah, fuck, I guess.
I want to keep going.
He has that obvious, like, you can tell at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, probably, like, clean his shit. I imagine everything's pretty ragged right now, so he might just be, like, a little ways off cleaning his things.
You know, I love when he's a little ways off.
Just, like, maybe a little bit of space from everything that's happened. But yeah, he's cleaning his sword, cleaning his armor.
Oish will approach and at about like 10 feet away, we'll just call and say, "Are you amenable to company?"
Yes, of course.
All right. Comes in, finds a seat, and sits down with a little bit of a like old man.
Are you feeling better?
Mentally, I am better. My back fucking hurts.
Right.
I
You seemed... I just mean to say I never have seen you look that distraught, except maybe for that day on the ship. And it was very upsetting to see. Obviously not through any fault of your own. I'm not trying to say that. I just mean it was very concerning.
Right. Right. There was a certain period in my life where I struggled to remember things. It was a bit reminiscent.
Okay. In the sense that this has happened before?
I don't make a habit of making deals with creatures like that. Maybe a story for another time. I wanted to thank you for allowing me to do that. And despite how unsettling I may have been yesterday, I don't regret what I did. Wanted you to know.
I'm glad that you don't regret it.
There are things more important in this life than our own interests and needs. I'm sure you understand that.
If it was right, if you think that it was right, then of course I can understand sacrifice. I can understand sacrifice.
I know you can.
Is there anything that I can do to help at all? I don't want to have to watch you or anyone here cry.
Dear Markart, you are so surprising.
I hope that it's not too surprising that I care. I'm not very... I know I'm not as adept at demonstrating that.
No, I wouldn't agree with that. I don't understand any of the ways our party members choose to show care. But I understand yours very well. You know, I had someone I knew once who reminded me a bit of you when we first met.
Really?
Yes.
So you just hated them off the bat, or?
Well, I particularly liked getting under her skin. Until she exploded. And then we would fuck. You didn't quite react the same way. You didn't really enjoy it, and that frightened me at first a bit.
You getting under my skin?
Matthias, I think you are the most straightforward person that I've ever met in my life. And that straightforwardness makes it very easy for you to hide things if you would like to. Because who looks to find a secret in someone that is so blank? But I think you are a very good leader. You are one of the very few people in my life that have earned my respect. And I enjoy, well, let me go back. I think I know, much like you do, the toll that caring for people can take. And in regards to people that I respect, I enjoy making them feel good.
In what do you mean?
This bitch. I love him. Matthias, you spend so much time telling others what the right move is. I would like to take that burden off you in a more private way, if you are amenable.
Matthias keeps making like eye contact with you, Oish, and eyes just kind of wide, and slowly, like a mercury thermometer, his face just like turns red all the way up to his hairline. And he appears to be short-circuiting.
You can nod or shake your head.
His damn. His what happens? I think that his face loses a little bit of the tension and his shoulders go down just a little bit, but the flush deepens and he nods.
Well, like I said, my back fucking hurts, so...
Do you want healing?
Just quick as a shot with that one. Oh my god. I think Awaish does laugh a little bit in spite of themselves. And then says, gods. Excellent. Not tonight, but perhaps in more comfortable quarters. Yes? Good. Thank you, Matthias.
Yes.
No, we shall get up and leave.
You signed a pact with a patron.
With a dom.
Matthias,
Matthias multi-classic into Warlock.
knocked it out of the park.
Domain of pleasure.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's been cooking for like
It's
years.
been cooking for so long.
Years. The rest of the party, before I get to Kiara's message, I think I want to end on that.
Hey, for the
Fights
record,
come-
Maddie did short circuit with Taz's proposal.
That's true. That's
It
true.
was just in a
Well-
different way.
It
Oh,
was.
you know what? That's fair. Forget my. I don't care. This was great. I love this.
Oh, my heart. My goodness.
The only thing that I'm sad about is that Kiara was there the last two times with Maddie and Taz, and Kiara was not there this time, and that's just sad for me
Sneaky.
because
Don't think I
They
didn't
have-
clock though that when Wawaish was like, "Let me take over for you," Matthias was like, "Oh, thank goodness."
Love that.
hey,
Excellent
listen,
roleplay, Sloan.
sometimes Maddie doesn't want to lead.
I know Taz is being a little more quiet. Neve asks if you would like to do some more training. I know usually we do it in the morning, but
I think wherever we kind of bedded down, Taz is like sitting like off, like sitting. Alex, so we're in a city, or like we're in
no,
the
no,
outskirts of
sorry.
a city, or
City in the distance. This is you are purely just pitching some tents in an open area.
gotcha,
like, off the side of a
gotcha.
road. Yep.
I think Taz is like found like a random a rock he's sitting at and like watching outward, and he's got his soul knife summoned, and he just kind of vanishing and like an appearing and vanishing kind of absent-mindedly. And I think there's like 30 seconds where he doesn't respond to Neve, and then like he kind of realizes, oh, you're talking to me.
Hello.
Hi, Neve.
Are you in a bad mood? I can.
No,
Sorry.
no.
What I meant is, are you busy?
And I think this is like the first smile he's had on his face since this whole thing is. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm not busy. Yeah,
Okay.
let's train.
Cool. Great. I have been practicing.
And Alex, I just want to just like say that I think he's going through the motions, unlike because if he's got that constant ping of where this person is, like it's something new in his head now. And I think Neve does manage to catch him off guard and knock him down to the ground at that point, like
Yeah.
at somewhere throughout this. And he's just
You
like,
are just like rubbing that sore spot of tracking that distance, and she surprises you. She takes the breath out of you, and has one of those little short swords at your throat. And then as she grins, you see that those like little tiefling fangs kind of coming in, that mark an older demon. Adulthood. Gotcha.
Taz kind of like playfully bares his own tusk and like kind of sharpened fangs as well. Yeah.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks, Tazriel. And then gives you a hand, kind of helps you up. You are much larger than she is, so
Yeah, we'll take it in like a you did this, but is mostly pulling himself up.
Yeah. And when she helps you sit up, Taz, there's not the same stone cold feeling. There's a different. You still have the feeling of in her in that moment there. And so when she pulls you up, she doesn't feel as cold or like stone. It's not the same. Nothing's changed about that feeling. You still enjoy the relationship that you've built with this young woman.
Again tomorrow morning before we leave, or
Maybe.
gonna hold on to this victory for a bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Great. Vice sits next to Barden and begins to chew on maybe the hardest piece of tack you've ever seen in your life.
I think Barden has a sketchbook out, one of the ones that she keeps with the big storybook, and she is sketching out what she remembers of Madeira. She is drawing both shapes, the monstrous and the beautiful, and like just what are you eating? Looks awful.
Biscuit.
I've got something better than that if you wanted.
Taste grows on you after a while.
Can I have a bit?
Yeah, sure. She tries to break a piece off and then takes like a dagger out and like breaks it, passes you a little crumb. You have to soak it in your mouth a little bit to revive it. But it's just like a salty cracker, an old salty much.
Kind of reminds me of home a bit with the salt, but is that what you usually eat out here? I
Not
suppose
the
it's
only
last
thing.
respond,
Keeps
last
in the cold.
resort.
Yes.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just need calories.
I understand that. How are you doing? She's genuinely
pissed.
just struggling with this tack in her teeth.
I'm pissed and I'm excited to be closer to the order, and I've been thinking about that offer I made you previously.
About the order?
Yes, I've been pleasantly surprised. Not surprised, but you've kept a good head on your shoulders. Say that much. And there's strength in your body that would serve the order well. I continue to encourage you to consider.
I have been thinking about it.
Good.
The kind of half closes the book. The only thing that would be an issue would be, or not an issue, but a, privacy issue,
We
The
know
only
about
reason-
privacy there.
The only reason I didn't finish my training was because someone threatened my privacy. I know that this order, your order, is different, but I can't have people back at home suffering for it. You understand?
Yes, I understand. That would be a consideration we could talk through. Potentially. There are some people who need discreet things done by the Order, and we are known to have a reputation for that, so...
Be able to travel. Be nice to travel.
Yes. Although I will say that normally when you become a part, there are certain duties that are required of you locally. So this might be a bit of a unique experience. You would spend more time with us, that's for. But because if Fulcrum has employed your service, it would be a sort of probation experience.
Yeah.
We'll talk it through. Again, another part of the process is learning from a mentor. I think that Valerian would already serve the purpose effectively.
She does kind of duck her head with like a soft little laugh of, I think it would only be right, really. Has he told you about how we met?
I don't think so.
I'm not surprised. It's kind of embarrassing. She tells the story about how she knocked Matthias on his ass when she was like 12 with a wooden axe, I think it was.
That does not surprise me.
He was the one that brought me into it, really. Apart from the books.
Well,
That would be nice.
people change a
Or
lot.
nudges. I'm sure if you had a lot empty, I'd happily train under you.
Perhaps. I don't know what it is, but I sometimes feel like I'm better with the boys when it comes to getting them to do what I say.
Well, you wouldn't always be handling me as a girl.
You know that's fair. That's worth thinking about.
I mean,
Yes.
the boy I do know is a bit of a handful. More pirate than knight. So, would depend.
Not really a fan of those either, but you know.
No. It is maybe even a new story. Who knows? I haven't made one in such a long time. And then sort of thinks about it, opens the book again, looks at the picture of Madeira. Never made a monster.
Be
Closes
careful
it.
what you let in the door, out here.
Oh no, of course. It's just fun to think about. Well, not fun, but you know, it's something. But yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Nudges her arm. Is it because the boys always do what they tell you? What you tell them?
No. But I'll tell you about it another time.
Yeah. Also, before they stop, just hands her a sour candy from home, and just like, it's a bit sour, but might taste better than that.
She rolls it around in her mouth and goes, I like it, and then goes back to her tent. Very nice. And Kiara, are you making tea? Are you getting your tent set? What are you? Any notable things you're doing this?
The morning, not morning, but post rest, Kiara is taking it easy, probably having some tea, going over yesterday's stuff, really thinking back on whether or not she should have just hit the hag. But what the hell?
the way that you are feeling in right now kind of reminds you of maybe some words of wisdom from some of your aunts, from some of your uncles, a lot of things about learning about who you are, caring for others will center you in yourself. Just those kinds of phrases that would be pretty common, especially in the castle. I wonder if maybe you had... Okay, we know you had a mentor in Tiger's and that you also had a lot of, like, cousins, and people you would play with when you were younger. I wonder if there was some, like, young castle therapist. This would be like a combination, like, gynecologist, therapist, general, like, person that you would go to for, like, physical advice, but also mental advice.
Probably. Like, I can see that being something they have, just to kind of encourage keeping things of the castle in the castle.
Yeah.
Which Kiara would not have thought about, but, you know, like, meta-wise.
Makes sense. Yeah. Probably, I'm going to say this would have been maybe a tiefling of a yellow or blush. We'll call her Sunrise, because that's very apt for a tiefling of the Empire. So Sunrise might have been someone who like, wash your hands and wear comfortable shoes when you're working out, but also you can talk to me if you're feeling like you're not as pretty as everyone else, because you're so beautiful to me. Like, you know, that kind of figure who's around. More of a grandmother.
Yeah.
Energy, an older woman. So you get that memory of Sunrise as you are feeling particularly strong, like your body's just
Sorry, Alex, you...
Am I cutting
your
out
body's
again?
feeling and it all cut out.
Yep. You're feeling nice in your body. You're thinking of this woman. And the traditional purr that signals Agnita comes through as more of a like a excited growl. And
So
there's this feeling of something warm settling into your lap, even though you don't see it. I think it's almost time.
for what?
I feel this bond between us. I have something else to show you.
Holding back.
No, not holding back it. I've been ready. You weren't.
Am I ready now?
You could be.
I want to be.
There's a few more things that you feel for them. You care for these people you travel with, and you've got sparks with some. I still think that leader has potential. But my lord and my liege, and you're not sure what she's referring to. If she's talking about Bane, if she's talking about Sadevi, Yeah, it kind of comes from out of nowhere. He is passionate about you. I was hoping to show you things when you felt connected to someone. When you'd explored that part of yourself.
I was going to say I'm connected to all of them. But I see what you mean.
We'll have to see if that's enough. But it might be. I felt it yesterday.
I mean, you would think being willing to set a hag on fire is stronger than a night together.
Well, you'll see when you want to. There are plenty of things you could set on fire after that.
I really wanted to. It was a good thing we found that skeleton and I got to, channel some of that heat away, but there were times.
That's what I think I can help with. You are glowing at the edges and bursting at the seams. And I have more to give you. You were made for this.
I think you're right.
Ooh. And you feel the excited kitty paws in your lap of this creature before her presence, physical presence, leaves you. But there's still that sense of so much magic is at your tips, and you haven't really let loose on something. I mean, the warden, right? But an itching sense of get it out. It's almost too much. You gotta fire off some spells just to.
Yeah, unlike a lot of people of her party, Kiara does not know how to repress emotions.
Yep. So maybe it's going to be tossing and turning in the night, or just working out or something, whatever Kiara's letting off a little steam is. Great. Then I will close us here for a night. That is the evening of the 24th that you all take another rest. That's going to clear each of you of a point of exhaustion. Since you're taking a full rest, again, you don't need to refill any spell slots. You're still at the same new level that you're at. And we will open with our next episode on the 25th of Neth.
Wow.
25th of Neth.
Holy fuck.
What a fun session, guys.
I will say, I think after that conversation, Kiara probably gets up at some point and just goes for a little walk, and will maybe set off some cantrips. Don't be alarmed if you just see some
cantrips.
flames.
Just say you're masturbating, Pooja.
Oh, Kiara wouldn't leave camp for that.
Let the whole world know.
It is
Arden just sat drawing in front of a tent that's shaking.
Listen,
Just-
Taz bought a tent that he can use privately that is heated. If we don't forget, we're forgetting that exists.
Well, that's
Oh
the thing.
my
I would say,
God.
Wish is I need bedposts. You cannot
Kiara-
expect me to get up from the ground.
Kiara's from Abjur. There's really no need to leave camp as long as you're in a tent. No, this is literally her lighting some shit on
I love
fire.
that. I love that.
A little bit of pyromania going on in the corner.
There's gotta be a Jurian phrase that's
Yeah.
She's studying her cantrips.
she's studying her cantrips. Yep. Great. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I love being back. I'm so excited. I'm not sure if we're streaming next week. I think we most likely are, but I'm going to check in with my players about their availability, of course. In the meantime, keep an eye out on our socials at Total Party Kiss. And of course, you can find previous episodes of Strange Hungers. It's a great time to catch up. We are finally reaching a huge location that we've been looking forward to. So go back, watch some stuff. And of course, you can find Warren Guard and Tragedy of Theologian also on our YouTube. There was a little Warren Guard recap that I think Abby just put up. So that's a great watch. And anything else that anyone wants to shout out, I will say, please keep to your socials and keep talking about ceasefire and Palestine. Very
I did want to add on the Total Party Kiss front.
Yes,
we are
please.
also in process of, we've started doing recording and stuff for a brand new Starfinder show called Finding Ithaca, which is going to be, it's a like Treasure Planet / Titan AE inspired like space quest show, and the prequel episodes, which are very, very good. So each character is getting like their own short prequel episode. Like those are going to start dropping, I believe, next week. And then we're going to take to streaming VODs on TPK once the prequels are dropped. So keep an
That's
keep an
awesome.
eye out
Oh
for that.
yeah.
Space
that.
show.
Space
Very
show.
excited. Cool. Well, have a great day, y'all.
Thanks, guys.
Jesus
Bye.
Christ.
Bye.